Welcome to today's news update. Here are the latest verified developments from around the world in South Africa. Nicolás Maduro remains in U.S. custody. Former Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro and his wife, Cilia Flores, remain in U.S. detention following their first appearance in a federal court in New York. Both pleaded not guilty to charges including narco-terrorism, cocaine importation conspiracy, and related offenses. Their next court date is scheduled for March 17, 2026. U.S. authorities allege that Maduro and his administration oversaw a narcotics trafficking network, moving large quantities of drugs into the United States. Maduro has rejected the allegations and challenged the legitimacy of his transfer, insisting that he remains Venezuela's lawful president. The case has drawn international attention and sparked widespread debate over sovereignty and legal jurisdiction. South Africa's response to the Venezuelan crisis. In response to the U.S. operation, South Africa condemned the military action as a violation of international law and Venezuelan sovereignty. Addressing the United Nations Security Council on January 5, South Africa highlighted that unilateral military action cannot be justified, even in cases of alleged criminal activity by a foreign leader. Pretoria called for urgent multilateral engagement and urged the UN to intervene to prevent further escalation. South Africa's stance reflects broader international concern over the legality of the operation, with countries such as Russia, China, and Brazil also criticizing the U.S. approach. The government emphasized the need to uphold the rules-based international order and protect sovereign equality. Media workers detained in Venezuela. Amid political tension, 14 journalists and media staff were detained in Venezuela while covering events in Caracas, including a march in support of Maduro and the swearing-in of the new legislature. Most were later released, though one foreign journalist was reportedly deported. The detentions have raised concerns about press freedom and the safety of journalists operating in politically unstable environments. Observers and press associations have called for accountability and respect for the rights of media workers. Escalating violence in Malawi. In Malawi, violent attacks have intensified, leaving communities fearful for their safety. The Malawi Police Service has condemned the surge and called on citizens to cooperate with law enforcement to curb the violence. Recent attacks have affected both civilians and human rights defenders, highlighting the broader social and political tensions in the country. Human rights organizations warn that without prompt intervention, the situation could deteriorate further, emphasizing the need for government action to restore security and uphold the rule of law. South Africa considers raising legal drinking age. Locally, the advocacy group Gatekeepers South Africa has called on the government to raise the legal drinking age from 18 to between 21 and 23 years. The organization argues that alcohol-related harm, including drunk driving, gender-based violence, and fetal alcohol spectrum disorders, remains a pressing public health issue. The proposal also recommends stricter controls on alcohol advertising and stronger penalties for businesses selling alcohol to minors. While previous attempts to raise the drinking age were not implemented, supporters argue that the change could significantly reduce social harms. 2025 matric results release. In education news, the Department of Basic Education has announced that the 2025 National Senior Certificate matric results will be released on 12 January 2026, with individual learners able to access their results from 13 January. Learners can collect their statement of results from their schools or exam centers, or view results online. The department has also opened processes for remarks and rechecks, with applications closing on 27 January 2026. Authorities emphasize that all steps have been taken to ensure accurate and timely publication of results.
For these and more news, stay tuned to Empress News, where we drop it like it's hot. Don't forget to like and subscribe.